With one more test on the regular season schedule, Peoria City looks to put a bow on their 2025 regular season as they welcome in Sunflower State FC here to Shea Stadium. Welcome into the broadcast, everybody. I'm Cody Roskins. Alongside me, Thomas Minke, as we get set for this one in the regular season finale for Peoria City here in 2025. Thomas, the Carp in a very comfortable position. They know that they'll be in the playoffs. They're headed to Des Moines next week to take on a to-be-determined opponent from a sister division, but it allows them tonight to open up a unique opportunity for a lot of the youth side to get in.
Yeah, when the playoffs are set in stone, you can deploy those young guys. Kevin Mejias, Hector Medrano, and Drew Berry, three guys that have played for Carp, obviously, but not on the big lights. Those three get the chance tonight on the big stage to impress some faces.
Now, like you were saying, some of those guys have seen some time with the first team in Peoria City. They've also played some developmental games this summer. But on the other side, we have Sunflower State FC, a team in their first year here in the USL 2, a couple of marquee wins, knocking off the number one ranked Peoria City at the time and also top 10 Des Moines this year as well.
Yeah, and what we saw last weekend, you can't overlook any opponent. Obviously, Sunflower knocked out of the playoffs. But again, a great result a couple of weeks ago, and they're a mid-table team that can, catch a team off guard.
Looking at Peoria City heading into the playoffs, obviously we mentioned a to-be-determined opponent coming up this next week in Des Moines. What are some of the things we'll look for tonight as they carry that over into the postseason?
Just continue your own game plan and experiment with different things that you kind of want to improve going into the playoffs and build that momentum forward.
We'll have that and so much more coming up as Peoria City looks to put a bow on 2025's regular season. And with that, welcome back to Shea Stadium here in Peoria, Illinois, where it's a Great Plains Division matchup between Peoria City and Sunflower State FC. We want to take this time to thank some of our sponsors that make this broadcast and others like it in the future possible. Peoria City is powered by the House Barbell Club, the official presenting sponsor of the club, located at 7920 North Summer Street in Peoria. Get 24/7 access, group and personal training, and more at the house. Peoria City would like to thank Prairie Home Alliance for sponsoring the Peoria City Play Packs all season long. Get your play packs on the stadium concourse before matches. Thank you to Volkswagen of Peoria for once again sponsoring Peoria City's Fieldside Club. Interested in looking to premium seating options at Peoria City home matches? Head to PeoriaCitySoccer.com and click on the Tickets tab. We'd like to recognize Peoria City's Central Illinois Soccer Academy, the future of soccer here in Peoria and beyond. Peoria City Soccer offers these summer camps to boys and girls of all ages. Contact us through our website and social media with how you can get involved. We'll go ahead and step aside for a short break. We'll be back with the starting lineups and more as we get ready for Peoria City and Sunflower State.
Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves, proving that wonder comes in all sizes.
Whoa!
In Peoria, every adventure begins with just one step, and every doorway leads to discovery.
If you want to improve your game, contact the Yard to book a batting cage or field today.
Is your business surrounded by success?
Ours is.
Absolutely. 100% yes.
Knowing your company is surrounded by the best in the business is a great feeling. And that's the feeling you'll have working with PIP.
They manage our direct mail campaigns.
They produce all of our signage. They print our marketing materials.
For marketing, signs, and print, surround your business with more than 50 years of success. PIP.
Here's another home improvement insight from Custom Bath Solutions. Most bathroom remodels happen for two reasons: to keep up with style trends or to keep up with your changing family. We can take today's neutral trends and pops of color and pair them with 2-day tub-to-shower conversions, a spa-like oasis, or a no-barrier shower with grab bars as your family needs. Get started today and save 10%. Call 309-699-1100, click on custombathroomsolutions.com, or visit the Prairie Home Alliance showroom in Washington.
At Auto House of Peoria, we pride ourselves in delivering the best ownership experience in Central Illinois. From newly redesigned state-of-the-art facilities to community involvement right here at home, Auto House of Peoria strives to be your premier auto destination. Shop online at autohouseofpeoria.com today.
We're back here at Shea Stadium. We have a few more sponsors we'd like to thank before we get started tonight. Central States Marketing for their support of Peoria City. We appreciate your dedication to our club and to the betterment of soccer right here in Central Illinois. As well as a thank you to Fox Sports Radio right here in Peoria, providing live on-site coverage here at Shea Stadium. Listen on 101.1 for all your Peoria sports coverage. And with that, we welcome you once again back into Shea Stadium here at Peoria, Illinois. I'm Cody Roskins. Thomas Minke to my right, my color commentary partner tonight. Thomas, we've got the starters now. Peoria City just now being read off. They're highlighted by a fair share of new faces.
Yeah, and it starts with in goal, Drew Berry, the guy from Bradley. He's going to be paired along with Najee Rabai, Joel McIntyre, and Carlos Aprisis as the three center backs in that 3-5-2. On the wing backs, Daniel Valverde with Henrik Boer, and in the midfield, Alfonso Gonzalez, Grant Pascus, and Grant Locker. And the two up front, Hector Medrano and Kevin Mihais.
Opposite of them, we'll be visiting Sunflower State FC, an inaugural season for them in their debut year here in the USL 2. They march out Alvarez, Muddit, Edward, Wayoro, Fortunelli, Garofalo, Elgis, Yaus, Jones, Ariade, and Ruxer. Peoria City will be working from right to left across your screen tonight. They will be in the all black and gold uniforms. To the left, working to the right, will be Sunflower State FC, working in the all white kits. And it's a sharp look and a sharp contrast tonight. Thomas, I know you and I are both fans of a good uniform matchup.
Yeah, the white and black combination and better weather than we had previous on last Saturday when it started to rain and the wind picked up heavily. It's going to be a nice sunny night tonight here at Shea Stadium.
We shouted him out earlier, but it's the debut game in goal for number 1 Drew Berry, the man from Westminster, Massachusetts. Spoke with his father, actually, before the match. Wanted to give a quick shout-out to him and his family. We've got a cool story about how he kind of got to this point in the season later on. But, again, congratulations to Drew Berry. He's earning the start in goal tonight. Lucas Fontana will get the day off, as many of the routine Peoria City starters will, as they prepare, practice, and rest for the upcoming playoff matches in Des Moines.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for a couple of young guys that haven't really played on the big TV, on the big field in front of a lot of fans. You know, this is your time to make your moment and surprise some people, and maybe you get that debut in the playoffs on the big lights.
Well, if there was ever a place for him to make a debut, it's kind of comforting to know it'll be in the very net he protects come the fall and has for the previous 2 seasons, as Drew Berry in the highlighter yellow kit for Peoria City makes his debut, as many do across this Peoria City lineup. It'll be Peoria City in the center circle with first touch as we get started tonight. Again, a Great Plains Division matchup. Peoria City having already punched their ticket to the playoffs. Sunflower State looking to put a bad taste in the Carp's mouths before they get to Des Moines, as we are underway from Shea Stadium. Grant Pascus wearing the captain's band tonight for Peoria City, 18 in black. That initial movement for the attack on Peoria City.
And it looks like Gonzalez is going to take that Josh Rady position as kind of the connector piece between the midfield and the defense. Going to play more as a center defensive mid and as a connector piece to the offense.
Advance up that far side. This will be a foul against Sunflower State and will result in a Peoria City free kick. Again, a unique opportunity here for Peoria City, as many teams have punched their tickets to the playoffs, giving a lot of the academy team players a chance to get their first minutes of the year, and another foul against Sunflower State. Ball whipped outside. And blocked away as Daniel Valverde tried to get that one moving forward for City.
Yeah, without Reddy's long throw, they're going to have to opt to go short on most of these throw-ins
Ball laid forward for Kevin Mejias, and that is offsides against Peoria City, but an encouraging sign in the opening 90 minutes to kind of get inside the box.
Yeah, one thing Tommy Coughlin kind of echoed to his teammates on the field in the huddle is enjoy the moment. You know, a lot of these guys don't get the opportunity to play under the lights on a Saturday night at Shea Stadium, so he said enjoy the moment and take the opportunity.
And a foul against Peoria City will set up Sunflower State in a opportune spot as Alvarez draws the foul against Aparsi. A well-attended game here tonight at Shea Stadium. Many making the trip out here for the regular season finale. Is this effort for Sunflower State right in front of Barry, and he will have his first of the night.
Yeah, tested early. Couldn't really see the deflection. Good hands early on.
Ball sent up the near channel, taken away by Sunflower State. Chance to turn and burn. Run off the ball, and now City on their patented counterattack. Laying it through for Hector Medrano. Medrano trying to switch the play. He was fouled in the effort.
And even with all of the formation changes, not formation changes, but the substitutions, they still play the same way Coach Mike Pay wants to play, which is that transition style offense and using each other as connecting pieces.
Grant Pascas trying to sneak it in the back and does. Valverde back to Mejias, and Mejias was offsides. We saw a fair bit of that in Peoria City's last match against Springfield, where Charlie Dickerson was in some very threatening attacking positions, but was never quite able to time his run.
Yeah, I think Kevin is just trying to do his best impression of his former teammate at Bradley University.
Medrano, the nearest man for Peoria City, as they put on a bit of a three-quarter field press. Kind of trying to bait Sunflower into getting into some challenging spots, and this will stick with Sunflower. Ball played short. Henrik and company in on the tackle, and this will be another foul against Peoria City. Another free kick upcoming. We want to remind fans about Discover Peoria, an unexpected gem on the Illinois River, thriving with craft distillers, museums, outdoor recreation, and home to premier sporting events. Visit discoverpeoria.com for upcoming events, festivals, and more. Discover what you weren't expecting. A undercooked free kick for Sunflower State. Here's Daniel Valverde. We'll lay it off to Drew Barry. And we'll whip it right back around to Quentin Blair.
And this is a good way to, kind of start and lay the foundation for the rest of the game, is just build it up around your back and get comfortable on the ball.
Sunflower State with a bit of their own press. This may open opportunities over the top. A lot of space to drive forward here. Touch and go. Henrik unable to win it back. Sunflower on the move. Laying it in behind Blair. Able to get a touch.
And that was a good tackle. Sunflower, he may either knocked out of the playoffs, but this team obviously beat Peoria City on their home floor or on the home turf. They're not a team to play around with and mess with. They can come in here and get a result.
Saw that last time out. You can't take any matchup for granted. Peoria City learned that lesson the hard way after dropping a match to last place Springfield. And again, this is, like you said, a team that's earned some quality results this season as they get it in behind to Mejias. Mejias with the fancy footwork. Mejias lofts it just short of Medrano, and this will go out for Peoria City. But this is a team that has earned wins over Des Moines, who is nationally ranked, and also Peoria City, who was #1 in the country at the time of beating the Carp. Floated toward Henrik Boer. And the first effort of the night for Springfield in goal for Rucher.
And Coach Bay hammering it home to stay wide for your wingers, not coming into the inside as often. You know, that's what the first team is so dangerous about. Charlie Dickerson is a great example. He stays wide on that touch line and creates an overlapping situation on the wing.
Rushier near side. It may be carrying a touch too far, but well done to keep it in. Garofalo, a really good first touch on that ball. Porcelli. Trying to hunt it out over the top. Quentin Blair wins that header for City. Trying to get it over the top towards Henrik Boer, and it's dropped in beautifully. Big body and frame, flipping the play, backside. Opportunity for City! 1-0 Peoria City. And the Carp claim that early edge.
And it started with the early touches, give and go, quick decision making, and you found a man wide open on the opposite side of the box, and a clinical finish to put it home.
And the goal signs go up here in the stands at Shea Stadium as it's 1-0 City. They jump out in front here in the 8th minute. Really good switch of the play and run forward from Henrik Boer there, Thomas. Able to hold the play up, not be selfish, distributes wide, and that opens things up.
Yeah, and I think the biggest question that was answered is their ability to finish around the box. City has struggled there past couple of games of taking advantage of the opportunities. First chance on goal, and that put it away.
Grant Locker with that goal for Peoria City as it's officially scored in the 8th minute. Assist to Henrik Boer. And City really coming out strong here in the opening 10 minutes. Sunflower State, though, on the counter. Able to knife in well and lined up the seam to Hector Madrano, who just couldn't claim it well enough. And a foul behind the run of play.
Paskus just a little shaken up off the late hit.
City will have the free kick. Ball whipped outside to Danielle Valverde. Trying to lead it ahead and does. Laid off for Mejias and company. Now back on it is Valverde. He chips it ahead. And Rusher is there. Grant Paskus, shot on the way, and what an effort from Rusker to push it wide.
Showing that he's not just a defensive center midfielder, takes the opportunity when given space. Had a lot of power driven behind that ball.
Well, he gave him a fair amount of space on the quick takeaway, and why not? You're not going to get many chances left this season to put one on from that time and space, and did just well enough to force a great save from Rusker, as it'll be a corner kick for City. Right back to Paskus. He might want it again. Out wide and onside for Grant Looker. And I stand corrected. He was indeed offside.
Yeah, and he knew it from the start. Kind of just waited around for the referee officials to blow the whistle.
Free kick for Sunflower State.
And the difference in City today is their press doesn't start as high. You know, last couple of games, they've started on the center backs. They've dropped off a little bit, and Coach Pay gives them the signal to when to deploy.
Locker again with that last goal for Peoria City in the 8th minute. And City jumps out 1-0 if you're just tuning in. Header ball, free for Sunflower. Hesitation and out of play. We'd like to thank Pip Marketing Signs and Prints for being the official designer and manufacturer of the banners you see here at Shea Stadium. Head to pip.com for all your custom print, signs, banners, and marketing needs. Good looking long throw. Sunflower unable to get on it right away, but they do earn possession. Dribbling right back through, running out of space. Quentin Blair This one's lined off one of the members of the back line, and this will be another Sunflower State corner.
That was great defense there from Blair. Wasn't the man-on-man coverage, because kind of the cover for the pressure, was able to get a deflection around the box.
Far-sided corner looks to be a in-swinging opportunity for Sunflower State. As we get into the 13th minute. Low curler just in front and controlled by Kevin Mejias. Mejias with a lot of space to work. Chipping it ahead down the side for Henrik Bauer.
Yeah, and I think he missed Medrano there on the opposite wing. Medrano was calling for it by himself on the left side.
May not be a quicker connection of players in terms of foot speed on the field tonight than Mejias to Medrano. Those two of the three up front tonight for Peoria City are going to be a lot to handle.
And two guys who had experience coming off the bench for the first team throughout the regular season. So they bring that experience that a lot of these guys can rely on.
Walker thought about maybe giving it a go. Ball laid into the midfield. Taken away by City, and they've got a lot of numbers for it. It's 4-on-3 and not advantageous for Sunflower State. Mejias just showed too much of it there, and that will belong to Sunflower.
Yeah, he's definitely going to want that long touch back from him. But again, it starts not much movement from Sunflower's midfield, which allows City to kind of just sit back and be patient and wait.
Ball down the right wing. Sunflower's gotten a few good opportunities here down this right-hand side. Ayade turns it over. Trying to play it up to Medrano, and that's just not the correct angle there.
And when Sunflower is at its best, it's on the ground moving the ball. City's been inviting that long ball. It's because they have the height advantage and the size advantage in their back line compared to their front forwards. But when Sunflower's at the best, it's moving the ball and moving off the ball as well.
Looks like Ayade will take this near side throw-in for Sunflower State. And couldn't control it along this near end. It'll belong to City. It's turned into quite a beautiful afternoon here in central Illinois after thunderstorms took a pretty strong hold over the majority of the Midwest last night with tornado breakouts here and there in parts of Iowa and Illinois. The rain that came with it cooled off a lot what had been a very hot, call it 7 to 4 day stretch, and mid-80s most of the day until the sun came out this afternoon, and it's turned into a little bit more of a humid day, but still very enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, a lot better than the downpouring rain, like I said last Saturday.
Mary plays it on the hop. Sixteenth minute here in half number one. Peoria City is powered by the House Barbell Club, the official presenting sponsor of the club, located at 7920 North Sommer Street in Peoria. Get 24/7 access, training, and more at the House. Laid on well for City. Trying to whip it back inside, and Medrano nearly got enough on that.
And before that play started, what a ball from Blair on the opposite corner.
And it appears the offside flag came up across that far, and that was a very delayed offsides.
Yeah. Joel McIntyre rightfully frustrated. He took a turn on the ball and whipped it in before they called the offsides.
Well, the call is always in the eye of the beholder on either side. So obviously we will defer to their judgment. Mejias beautifully intercepts. He's trying to get forward. Run off the ball, and it'll belong to Sunflower. Jones will have it from along that far side. Bit of some pressure coming here from City. They'll set 7 back. Touch and go attack here for Sunflower. Chopped just outside the 6. This will stay with Sunflower, as Mudded has really kind of done a nice job running that in between channels.
And again, all these dangerous opportunities for Sunflower has come on the 1-2 give and go on the wing side after building it up around your back.
Ball flicked away. Victor Medrano might be looking for seconds, and doesn't do win for Peoria City, as Mejias again couldn't control it. It'll belong to City. And again, as we touched on earlier, because Peoria City has clinched the playoffs, these are one of those unique opportunities that, even though many of these players have been playing in academy team games this summer that aren't televised, this really gives you a closer look at about what could be coming in the future for Peoria City in the coming years.
Yeah, and in the short sight as well in the playoffs, you always could use a guy that just comes off your bench and sparks some energy. And what better way is to find a guy on the second team to come in and to provide a spark.
Pascas tries to get it to Medrano. Medrano goes down, and they'll say play on. Ball underserved. Controlled well here by Sunflower. And a foul from the back on Henrik Bauer.
Yeah, that's one thing Coach Pay wants the team to clean up so far. A lot of just dangerous tackles in your own end. Sloppy tackles as well. You're not really going for the ball. Just need to clean that up.
That was one thing they were very good about in last season's magical postseason run. Again, Peoria City was in the 2024 playoffs as a second-team qualifier out of the Heartland division. They were unranked nationally heading into the playoffs, and they ended up playing their way all the way to the national final and lost in overtime, deep in overtime, might I add, as Drew Barry claims his second of the night. But again, that's kind of the storyline they're setting up again this year. They've had some key members head back for college training camps. Sammy Slimmy heading back out to Tulsa, Tanner Anderson, and a couple of others headed back to SLU. There's a foul on Sunflower State. But they're going to once again have to try and navigate the playoffs kind of strategically. And one of those things is, like you said, keeping things clean in your own half.
Yeah, and again, the youthfulness to replace those guys that have left on to college. But it's the discipline and the fundamentals that really brought them, like you mentioned, throughout the playoff run.
Gonzalez wanted it. Now here's Kevin Mejias. Mejias laying it forward. Here comes Daniel Valverde. Valverde trying to put it forward. And this will belong with City on a corner. So we get into the 20th minute. Again, with no Jose Gomez in the lineup tonight, Peoria City will be looking to a number of new faces to take these set-piece opportunities. Locker will have this one from the near side. Ball sent towards the far post. And it appears we have a head neck injury to one of the members of Peoria City, and they're immediately calling for the training staffs to come out and tend to him. So we hope everything's all right. We'll get you a number as soon as we can. But Thomas, as we get through the first 20 minutes here, what have you liked? What have you disliked from either side tonight?
I think for Sunflower, the advantages come from playing on the ground and playing off of each other. When they give it up, when they're sloppy, is when there's not a lot of movement in their midfield. So, to get back into this ball game, it's going to come from building out of your back and moving forward. And for City, it's finding that opposite winger in what would be Charlie Dickerson, now Joel McIntyre on the left side. They always love that left side wing, and they continue to switch the field with Blair. They had a great connection before McIntyre was offside. So continue to look for the switch balls, because I think they're going to be on just about every play.
City able to get a quick little hydration break there, as did Sunflower State, and wasn't able to record a number on that, but appears to be walking and under his own power, and everything seems to be okay. Locker Pushes it outside for Kevin Mejias. Mejias, he'll drive forward. Here's Kevin Mejias, and Mejias draws the set piece.
Yeah, when Mejias, he's been dangerous using that speed that he has, cutting across the middle of the field. Would have liked McIntyre to be up just a little bit higher to play that through ball. But that was a great run to cut through the middle.
It'll be two members of Peoria City over the ball here. Mejias will be one of them, and it looks like they're going to, much like the first team, stack all that height towards the left-hand side and middle. Bower, Blair, and Medrano in the middle. Ball line short, able to get it to the feet of Hector Medrano. Back outside, shot is blocked, generates a City corner. As Locker was looking for his second of the half.
Yeah, and it's tough when you don't have your usual set piece takers that usually take all the reps in practice. So it's good to see, to give the opportunity to a lot of different guys that may have to step in that role.
Yes, back outside to Gonzalez. Gonzalez puts it back that way. Header ball is free. Lined up the middle. City in possession, but taken away quickly. It's an even 3-on-3 coming the other way. Ball pushed outside. And just in the nick of time, the City defense comes back into the play. Here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez lays it outside. And finally deciding to hold things up to McIntyre.
Yeah, and so far, similar to the last game against Springfield, Carps has really struggled just to be clean on their passes and a lot of sloppiness trying to move the ball together. Something you want to fix before going to that postseason run.
Trying to play it over the top. McIntyre nearly gets in on there. Now pushing it outside. Sunflower State, big chance coming. Fair tackle, and we may have a PK, and we will. Tough to see it in real time there, Thomas, but going low in your penalty area, that's going to be a risk.
I thought that was a pretty clear call penalty. I think that was a great call by the referee. And that's part of that sloppiness that we talked about with the passing. It comes with the defending as well. And we saw the red card last game on a tackle around the box. Just not a smart play.
Fortunelli against Drew Berry. So does the hometown guy have a stop in him. Fortunelli against Berry. And Berry stopped it! Can you believe it? Drew Berry with a kick save on the PK.
The hometown magic prevails.
It always appeared to be a little bit hesitant coming off the mark, but Berry kind of bluffed one way and came immediately back the other. You got to give props to the soon-to-be junior. Drew Berry, appears that the quality goaltending here for Peoria City will continue.
And we talked about somebody needs to step up for Slimmy, who had an amazing game against Des Moines. Fontana had a great showing against Springfield, and now Drew Berry comes up big for the Carp.
For those of you scoreboard watching at home and wondering what possibly could be a match to watch, Minneapolis and Sueño FC, two teams that could potentially be paired up against the Great Plains Division in the playoffs out in Des Moines. That score currently stands 4-2 for Minneapolis over Sueño in stoppage time, so could be perhaps a matchup soon to be for Peoria City. Always curious to see what those sister divisions will be. Last year, Thunder Bay was Peoria City's inaugural opponent in the postseason from all the way up by Canada. Had to make the long trip back to Peoria to play their first round playoff match, so a little bit of traveling isn't out of the question for City. Grant Pascas. Going back to that save, Thomas, kind of what are kind of the thoughts going through a goaltender's mind there? Obviously, you know, it's a tough situation to come away with just a clean save, but to come away with one that doesn't roll right back to the ensuing offense.
Well, it starts with your confidence, and there's a lot of game planning before. Obviously, there's a lot of film on all the PK takers, but as a goalie, obviously not a goalie myself, but you just got to pick a side, really. Read the defender's eyes and their body language, and then make your guess off there.
Henrik Boer, backside, lays it off. Walker! And that one will be a goal kick. Well, we kind of jokingly said if there was ever a spot for Drew Barry to feel comfortable, it'd be defending the very goal he's manned for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, he's had a lot of reps, I'm sure, in practice and in games behind that same very net, taking PKs.
Ball switched outside, just out in front, and this will be a quick throw-in coming for Peoria City.
I think Coach Mike Pace still looking for somebody who's going to take the lead in organizing this offense. This offense seems very disorganized right now. Not a lot of movement, a lot of question marks on where to move the ball to next.
Drew Barry wants it back, and he will have the distribution. Going just a touch high to that far side. And again, you'll kind of expect some of this in terms of the passing game for both sides tonight, working with vastly different rosters than they began the season with tonight. So the chemistry maybe not quite there along with the communication.
Yeah, it's very hard and difficult just to put a team together like this on a fly. Obviously, they've had practice time, but again, practice is a lot different than the real game reps against a different opponent.
Henrik Boer, he couldn't win it back. Sunflower State trying to find that goal against the run of play here that would see things tied up. They're going to not call things back. Ball whipped backside, and that one was overcooked.
And Sunflower taking a page out of the Carp's book in their early high press with their 2 forwards on the goal line on the 18-yard box.
Service coming from Barry. Low liner across the midfield stripe. Hector Medrano with a heads-up play there. Knew he probably doesn't want to win the vertical header, but tried to do just his best to get a quick flick onto it.
Yeah, and a lot of these deliveries from City are aiming for the second and third deflection, not necessarily for that first one.
Foul against Peoria City will set up Sunflower State with a free kick.
But it's another foul given up in your own half line. You're giving Sunflower a chance to reset in your own half to build things up or put a delivery in.
Barry camps underneath it, much like a punt returner in football. 31st minute here in half number 1. City out in front 1-0. Grant Locker with the lone goal coming in the 8th minute in this one. Blair punches it forward, trying to get it to Boer again. And here it is, onside. Boer landing it off. Gonzalez off the woodwork, put back inside, and it's just wide. Well, it's a game of inches, they say, Thomas.
Yeah, we're back to not capitalizing on those great opportunities. And I thought Valverde thought Medrano was going to play that one in when he played it across.
If we were stat tracking the amount of times Peoria City on both the men's and women's side has hit either the crossbar or the side posts, I would argue it's up there with more than some teams have had shots in games this season.
It has to be 100%. And it doesn't come from like the lack of technique or whatever. It just comes from the unluckiness and maybe a curse on their home field.
Ball swung outside. Pascas having to cover. Back inside. Barry gets a touch. Still there. And this will belong to City. Credit to the quick reflexes. City had 3 or 4 members out of position trying to cover. And Grant Pascas did his best just to try and get in the way.
Yeah, and Blair had a dangerous tackle in his own 6-yard box. Not necessarily on a player, but a deflection.
Third minute. Oh, fancy footwork at the back, kind of toying with the forwards of Sunflower State. That one's sent right back to him. Neither team holding possession well in either of their own defensive halves. Getting it out to McIntyre. And that one's two out in front.
That's the play we've been talking about with the first team and Charlie Dickerson. They love that left wing side. Trying with Joel, just a little too heavy of a delivery. But they like their advantage with Medrano and McIntyre on that left wing.
Ball pushed to the near side. Oh, and a nice looking ball over the top. That will be an onside run. Dancing through enemy territory, and it looked like Blair was there. Excuse me, not Blair on that one. Ball laid through for Mejias, as that was Rabai. Had some few number changes here from the first team to the second team, so we sorted those out as quick as we could before we got here today, but apologies to Najee Rabai on that one. Ball again out wide. 2 central runners for Sunflower State trying to get it there. Header ball still there. Shot on the way, and it just goes wide.
When you talk about unluckiness, Sunflower got a taste of a curse.
They've really been moving this 3-man back line for City, kind of here and there, as you would expect. Peoria City playing with the 2 wing backs that can join the attack on either the left-hand side or the right-hand side.
Yeah, in that situation, it puts Joel in an awkward spot because he's got 2 guys on the backside. Has to play a little inward for the deflection.
Good-looking service here. Najee Rabai hollering at the fellow members of his back line. That can't get that close. And that's how you know that's a guy that's trying to, have his way onto the bench come the postseason or get a spot start if they need him in the playoffs. Commanding and showing that energy and passion here in a game that does effectively not mean much in the standings, but if there's a ball out there and you're going to play, you might as well play it competitively and to the best of your abilities.
Yeah, and they're still looking for somebody to kind of organize this City team, and Rabai's doing a great job as a vocal leader, at least, of just holding guys accountable.
All to the near side. Oyoro sends it in, and Barry on the run.
Attention fans, with Greg Lynn, please report to the merchandise stand. Greg Lynn to the merchandise stand.
Here's McIntyre. Henrik Bower. That one was trying to get to Locker. Mike Pace saying that he was encouraged with that kind of creativity there in tight spot.
Yeah, because we're playing a high press. When you're playing against it, you really have to take a touch and move. You have to eliminate all the extra dribbles and touches.
Rabai. Out to Valverde. Gonzalez is going to try and win the second ball here for City and does. Here's Henrik Bower. Bower curling it back post. Going to Grant Pascas. Pascas. Back to Bower. Or for a bigger guy, has had some pretty good footwork down there deep inside the opponent's territory.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to be shaken down a little bit off a tough tackle. Looks like he got clipped in the ankle on the sideline.
Najee Rabai, Joel McIntyre and company, the only three really back. And it appears that Bower will need to be tended to as we get into the 37th minute here in half number 1. And you're hoping everything's okay, perhaps just a cramp or something as he comes down. But
yeah, it looked like he got clipped at the end after the ball was going out. He's been holding his face the whole time.
Peoria City coming in to their bench now. You can see some of the first teamers having some tips for the team currently on the field. Basically everybody having a chat with one of the members of the first team, telling him what they perhaps see and could take advantage of. And a lot of people just dapping up Drew Barry for the good start and goal he's had tonight with his 3 saves.
Have to give him his props. And it's very important that the first team guys are still up cheering and paying attention. You know, it's pretty easy. You know you're going to get the night off and not really pay attention to anything. But using their words of encouragement goes a long way for a lot of these guys on the field.
City will have it, and McIntyre looks to make his way over there. Peoria City has not signaled for a substitute yet, as so they will begin play. Ball slipped through, and that was a dangerous one for Ruksha to really try and have a hold on.
Yeah, and again, Valverde, like Pasquez, just had a ton of space and took the opportunity to fire one at goal.
Peoria City playing with 10 men currently, as Bower is still down. He's now obviously off the field of play, but still being tended to. So Peoria City having to play very defensive here for the next couple minutes while they get that situation sorted out. And it appears Mitch Coughlin will be the next Peoria City member on. So another member of the Bradley Braves, and from nearby Washington, Illinois, a speedy forward known throughout Central Illinois will be making his debut of the match.
I'm sure he's got a ton of support in the stands.
We have to halt play again. There may be some confusion as Coughlin does not appear to be the temporary sub. He will be subbed on, and Bower's night is done. So an unfortunate end to his night, Thomas.
Yeah, and a tough break. Obviously, you got the opportunity, and a tough tackle on the sideline at your ankle. Something you can't really control. Looks like Medrano took that place of Bower, moving Coughlin up front.
Switching the play to the near side. Ball deflects off of Coughlin, connects with another Brave in Mejias. Now Gonzalez. Alfonso Gonzalez flips it outside. Rabai. Long arcing advance pass. "41st minute here in half number 1. So just about 5 to go before we get into stoppage time of the first half.
And again, a lot different press from City, kind of hanging back, wanting Sunflower to force that long ball.
Here's Peoria City maybe shifting to a more traditional 4-4-2. Excuse me. Yeah, 4 at the back, 4 through the midfield here, Thomas. And as you said, that might come from the change with Bower being out.
Yeah, and with obviously Coughlin playing similar to that Medrano style of looking for the through ball with his speed and athleticism, keeping Locker, in that midfield.
Sunflower State has had some opportunities. They haven't held much of the possession here in this first half. Here's Mejias laying it outside. Here's Mitch Coughlin. Coughlin playing it ahead for Medrano. And again, Rupser is there.
Yeah, I thought Coughlin had that right wing to use his speed that we know and love. Ended up going quick to Medrano. That was a dangerous ball from Sunflower. Tried to play it around the back and got between the keeper's legs.
Locker will have the near-sided corner again. It'll be the 4th of the night for Peoria City. Trying to find perhaps one more goal here before the half. Playing it short, Gonzalez. Here's Mejias. That one takes a redirect and finds the back of the net. Kevin Mejias puts them up 2-0.
In another situation where you have space like the two previous ones, you might as well take the opportunity, and the deflection puts it home.
2-0 Go City, and just as we were speaking to it, Kevin Mejias pounds one through the heart of that Sunflower State defense, and it takes just the right bounce.
And that's been the hole in this Sunflower State's defense. Gave a lot of space in that midfield to drive the lanes. Mejias noted that and took range.
A couple of Bradley standouts having a good first half. Barry on the penalty kick save. Now Mejias gets in on the goal scoring. Been a good first 45 minutes for Peoria City. Ball over the top. And that one's cleaned up by McIntyre. Service curled in, header ball. Thomas, Sunflower State, it appears they've generated some pretty good opportunities to serve some in like they have there, but just unable to connect on that last header.
Yeah, and it comes, I mean, Peoria City has really dominated that height length in their back line, leading with Rabai. It's tough to play that long ball over the top inside the box.
'45th minute as we get the final few seconds here before stoppage time. City setting back just a touch. Looks like they may have a chance here on the press. Medrano coming nearest for City. Got to be careful not to be too aggressive, and that one into the side netting. Goal kick for Barry.
And that was great help defense from Joel McIntyre. Found Medrano isolated and beat down the line, and just came over to help to make it a little bit more difficult for the cross.
3 minutes of stoppage time to put back on the end of the first half. Drew Barry pushing everybody upfield, and he's hoping perhaps to get one more quality look here on goal. That's a fairly good swing onto this one. Off another one of his college teammates, Mitch Coughlin. I feel like we've been saying that a lot tonight.
And Coughlin's one of those guys, kind of just a bulldozer. Just runs through the ball. Is not really scared of any opponent.
Oh, got a good frame, and it's been well noted the quantity of goal scoring he had in high school. Well over 100 goals in his high school career at Washington. And Medrano, that one is an easy call. Much of the first teamers from Peoria City down there in the corner area disagreeing with the call, but having a laugh with it.
All giving their honest opinion, of course, down the line.
Well, Tommy Coughlin's never been shy to voice his opinion to a fellow player or official. Charlie Dickerson and company also down there with Wes Gibson. They have to enjoy what they've seen here in the first 45. Service in, going back post.
It was interesting defense from Joel, kind of playing like a quarterback, didn't turn his head.
And Barry smartly lets that one go out of the back. It'll be his goal kick. Give you a quick rundown of the unofficial stats at this point. 8 shots, 3 saves, 4 corners for Peoria City. For Sunflower State, 3 shots, 2 saves, 2 corners with 2 goals against.
Peoria City goal scored in the 43rd minute by number 19, Mitch Coughlin, assisted by number 8, Kevin McKeon.
So I guess when it's all said and done, the official scoring goes to Mitch Coughlin. Thomas, you and I with a bit of a raised eyebrow on that one.
Stole the ball, stole the goal from his teammate off the deflection, I guess.
Mejias was running off celebrating like he had it, so who are we to decide no? Hector Madrano with a quick feet move. Going back that way. Daniel Valverde trying to get it towards Coughlin, and that one will be all too easy. That will be the first half whistle. Peoria City up 2-0 over Sunflower State as they try to put a bow here on the 2025 regular season. Thomas, your quick thoughts there in the first half.
Yeah, I think the great moments from Sunflowers, again, like I mentioned at that little short break, is when they're moving the ball on the ground instead of forcing that long ball. And for City, they're still looking for just being a little cleaner in around their own box, defending, and then moving the ball throughout that midfield. Still looking for the connector, and I think Pass is going to have a big second half in doing that part.
Peoria City is powered by the House Barbell Club, the official presenting sponsor of the club, located at 7920 North Summer Street in Peoria. Get 24/7 access, group and personal training, and more at the House. Thank you to Volkswagen of Peoria for once again sponsoring Peoria City's Fieldside Club. Interested in looking into premium seating options at Peoria City home matches? Head to PeoriaCitySoccer.com and click on the tickets tab. We'd also like to recognize Peoria City's Central Illinois Soccer Academy, the future of soccer here in Peoria and beyond. Peoria City Soccer offers these summer camps to boys and girls of all ages. Contact us through our website and social media with how you can get involved. We'll step aside for a short break. We'll have more as we get ready for the second half of Peoria City and Sunflower State.
Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves, proving that wonder comes in all sizes.
Whoa!
In Peoria, every adventure begins with just one step, and every doorway leads to discovery.
If you want to improve your game, contact the Yard to book a batting cage or field today.
Here's another home improvement insight from Custom Bath Solutions. Most bathroom remodels happen for 2 reasons: to keep up with style trends or to keep up with your changing family. We can take today's neutral trends and pops of color and pair them with 2-day tub-to-shower conversions, a spa-like oasis, or a no-barrier shower with grab bars as your family needs. Get started today and save 10%. Call 309-699-1100, click on custombathroomsolutions.com, or visit the Prairie Home Alliance.
Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves, proving that wonder comes in all sizes.
Whoa!
In Peoria, every adventure begins with just one step, and every doorway leads to discovery.
If you want to improve your game, contact the yard to book a batting cage or field today.
Is your business surrounded by success?
Ours is.
Absolutely. 100% yes.
Knowing your company is surrounded by the best in the business is a great feeling. And that's the feeling you'll have working with PIP.
They manage our direct mail campaigns.
They produce all of our signage. They print our marketing materials.
For marketing, signs, and print, surround your business with more than 50 years of success. PIP.
Here's another home improvement insight from Custom Bath Solutions. Most bathroom remodels happen for two reasons: to keep up with style trends or to keep up with your changing family. We can take today's neutral trends and pops of color and pair them with 2-day tub-to-shower conversions, a spa-like oasis, or a no-barrier shower with grab bars as your family needs. Get started today and save 10%. Call 309-699-1100, click on custombathroomsolutions.com, or visit the Prairie Home Alliance showroom in Washington.
At Auto House of Peoria, we pride ourselves in delivering the best ownership experience in Central Illinois. From newly redesigned state-of-the-art facilities to community involvement right here at home, Auto House of Peoria strives to be your premier auto destination. Shop online at autohouseofpeoria.com today.
Welcome back to Shea Stadium here in Peoria, Illinois, where we have a goal scorer update to officially confirm. Mitch Coughlin gets credit for the last goal for Peoria City as Kevin Mejias took a redirect basically off his foot and it was able to get it home. So Thomas Mejias doesn't get the goal, but gets the assist.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of smiles. Two teammates at Bradley probably having some jokes. But again, it starts with just taking the opportunity. Maya, had the opportunity in space around the 18-yard box and just let it rip and was able to come up with the goal.
I want to take this time to thank some more of our sponsors that make this broadcast and others like it in the future possible. For Central States Marketing, we'd like to thank them for their support of our club and for Peoria City as they continue to contribute to the betterment of soccer right here in Central Illinois. We've also had a number of youth soccer nights here throughout the season, so keep an eye on that for next year as Peoria City's youth soccer nights. Kids wearing those youth club or school jerseys will get in for free at Peoria City home matches. Thomas, again, as we kind of break down this first half, Sunflower State had plenty of chances. Again, the common theme has been here at Shea Stadium for opposing teams. It's just that last flick of the ball or pass.
I mean, it starts with Drew Barry commanding the defense with that incredible PK save with the long legs. But again, it's tough in the final third against City's height. Sunflower not the biggest team in length, so it makes it difficult connecting that final ball.
Peoria City, again, we'll give you a quick rundown of the stats there in the first half. 8 shots, 3 saves, 4 corners, and 2 goals for Peoria City. Opposite of them for Sunflower State FC. It was kind of tough sledding there in the last, call it 25 to 28 minutes. 3 shots, 2 saves, 2 corners, and they have had some answers here and there, but just not enough to get one across the line yet. Thomas, as we continue to look ahead, Peoria City will have playoff games coming in the Central Conference, presumably in Des Moines, where the Menace, their division, champion is currently going to be hosting this next week. Minneapolis looks like they came out over Swingio. That would be a likely opponent as we take a guess at it, but chances for Peoria City to kind of meet some new faces there in the Central Conference.
Yeah, and you can't really worry about your opponent. Obviously, right now with another half to go, you kind of worry about that in the week of practice leading up for it. But to prepare for that postseason run and to prepare for potentially Minneapolis, you kind of want to experiment. Who's going to show up? Who's going to show out off this bench, provide a spark? And it's a great day off for the first team as well.
We'll step aside for another short break. When we come back, we'll break down more of the first half and get ready for the second half of action between Peoria City and Sunflower State FC.
Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves, proving that wonder comes in all sizes. Whoa! In Peoria, every adventure begins with just one step, and every doorway leads to discovery.
If you want to improve your game, contact the Yard to book a batting cage or field today.
Here's another home improvement insight from Custom Bath Solutions. Most bathroom remodels happen for two reasons: to keep up with style trends or to keep up with your changing family. We can take today's neutral trends and pops of color and pair them with 2-day tub-to-shower conversions, a spa-like oasis, or a no-barrier shower with grab bars as your family needs. Get started today and save 10%. Call 309-699-1100, click on custombathroomsolutions.com, or visit the Prairie Home Alliance showroom in Washington.
Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves, proving that wonder comes in all sizes. Whoa! In Peoria, every adventure begins with just one step, and every doorway leads to discovery.
If you want to improve your game, contact the Yard to book a batting cage or field today.
Is your business surrounded by success?
Ours is.
Absolutely. 100% yes.
Knowing your company is surrounded by the best in the business is a great feeling. And that's the feeling you'll have working with PIP.
They manage our direct mail campaigns.
They produce all of our signage. They print our marketing materials.
For marketing, signs, and print, surround your business with more than 50 years of success. PIP.
Here's another home improvement insight from Custom Bath Solutions. Most bathroom remodels happen for two reasons: to keep up with style trends or to keep up with your changing family. We can take today's neutral trends and pops of color and pair them with 2-day tub-to-shower conversions, a spa-like oasis, or a no-barrier shower with grab bars as your family needs. Get started today and save 10%. Call 309-699-1100, click on custombathroomsolutions.com, or visit the Prairie Home Alliance showroom in Washington.
At Auto House of Peoria, we pride ourselves in delivering the best ownership experience in Central Illinois. From newly redesigned state-of-the-art facilities to community involvement right here at home, Auto House of Peoria strives to be your premier auto destination. Shop online at autohouseofpeoria.com today.
Welcome back to Shea Stadium here in Peoria, Illinois, where Peoria City currently leads this Great Plains Division matchup over Sunflower State FC 2-0. Cody Roskins and Thomas Minke here with you, getting ready for the second half as we wait for both teams to make their return to the field. Peoria City from the clubhouse behind us just now making their exit, and Sunflower State not far behind. So Thomas, with about 1:40 before we get things going again, what would you like to see out of Peoria City here in the second half? Obviously, always the opportunity to see more new faces, but what are kind of the things you'd like to see heading forward?
There's one player in my mind that comes straight away, and that's Paskis in that midfield, taking over the Josh Reddy role, being a connecting piece. He's the triangle with the center backs, and then he's in that triangle with his midfielders, and he's the triangle with his wingers. I want him to continue to keep this team organized, both as a team shifting forward and vocally, and really get this thing moving with a nice rhythm and a train that just keeps pushing it on the wings and getting them out wide.
Sunflower State had some positives in that first half. They saw some good goaltending. They also saw a lot of threatening chances moving forward, but nothing City couldn't handle in that first half. Obviously, as we kind of inch towards the resumption of play here, Sunflower State has to look back on this season kind of as a success in their inaugural year here in the USL too.
Yeah, a lot of things to be happy about, a lot of great results. You mentioned Des Moines beating Peoria City on their home turf about a month ago. It's great things, and you can start to build momentum heading into the next summer. Obviously, a lot of these guys are going back to their schools in the fall, but it's a great momentum boost heading into your second season.
Peoria City trying to make the playoffs for yet another season here in the USL 2, just in year 4. Already made a league final, advancing to the playoffs now 3 out of 4 seasons. That's not too bad of a percentage.
Yeah, I think a lot of this hometown crowd and a lot of the people around the team can't be mad about how things have turned out so far early on, but a lot more to play, and of course an important postseason run for Peoria City down the line.
Peoria City has made their way back onto the field. Sunflower State just now making their exit, so they're cutting it awfully close, but should see a lot more of the new faces make their debuts here for the first team in Peoria City. Perhaps even some more of the regulars may get a chance to maybe not take off the practice uniform, but get a chance to, again, cheer on some of those new guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys on this roster, like we mentioned all night, that we just haven't seen at all on the big stage. So really curious to see who Coach Mike Pay goes to, because I'm sure he's going to start substituting here pretty shortly as the game moves along.
Peoria City, as they switch sides for the second half, will work from left to right across your screen. Sunflower State will work from right to left. And again, this is a Sunflower State team that has battled back from some deficits this season. They do own 2 top 5 wins this season. Granted, both were at home over against Des Moines and Peoria City earlier this season. And so they've got the potential to kind of come back in the second half and make things a little interesting.
Yeah, and that's why you can't really count out the game. I mean, we talked a lot about the postseason nearing and a lot of new faces getting ready to take on the second half here shortly. But you can't look away. This game's not over. It's just a 2-0 game. There's still 45 minutes left to go. So I think that's on top of Coach Pay's mind when discussing with his team.
As everybody appears just about ready to go here in the second half. Again, Cody Roskins, Thomas Minke, we get set to bring you home through the next 45 minutes of game action. Peoria City looking to cap off another successful year at home. Only 1 loss on the year at home for Peoria City's men's side.
And that's a testament to the team and also to the crowd. I mean, this place is packed just about every night. The Carps show up for both the men's team and the women's team. And what better way to show off than to get a victory each time?
Absolutely. That's a great point, Thomas. The women's team had a really good stand here at home. At one point, they were outscoring opponents 10-2 through their inaugural season. Again, not playing at the USL 2 level, or the USLW level, excuse me, but still a quality year for the women's side. They rounded out their year at home. They had kind of that reverse of the men's schedule, starting the year on the road and ending at home. They started at home and ended on the road.
Yeah, and the best way to attract new fans is just to keep them in because you're winning every time they show up. That's what the women's team did in their first season.
Ball swung near side. Ball to Locker. Trying to get it to Coughlin, and a hard foul there will be an easy yellow. And he is quickly trying to go here for Peoria City, and that was, you hate to say a smart foul because Mitch Coughlin was essentially unmarked through the midfield, but with his speed, that could have easily been trouble for Sunflower.
You know, it's what a lot of people call a tactical foul, you know, to stop the transition, stop the counter. You had a guy going the opposite way on the ball on his feet. Just a light tackle, take him down.
Outside to Mejias. Leading it forward for Locker. Backside to Tom Madrano. Kick save by Ruxer again.
What a save and what a ball from Locker on the wing.
Quick throw in. Forward here for Sunflower. They've got some more chances. Not a ton of moves at the half to note for either side. Yare. Ball outside, push towards that back post. Header ball there. Still on, and Barry takes the one hop off the ground, and bodies went flying there on that exchange.
Yeah, two huge collisions, both in the middle and on that back side.
It appears that now Najee Rabai is down, and hopefully everything's okay. It's been a very physical game, and sneakily so.
Yeah, not in a sense where, I mean, it's a dirty play, just a lot of tackles in the air with players coming down hard.
Here's Rabai is okay. He will have to come off for a moment for that head and neck injury. And then he will have to be waved back in.
Yeah, and Drew Barry telling everyone to get up. You don't really want to play it in the back with one of your center backs and Rabai off the line.
Ball controlled by City. Dangerous play out of the back end. Now Rabai's going to have to do it himself. Help finally on the way. And Najee Rabai does very well with his defensive interference, as Mejias now trying to push things forward for City.
Yeah, and what was so impressive, he just delayed. He didn't panic. He didn't try to make a tackle or steal the ball or win it. He just delayed until his team could recover.
Really good input there from Rabai again, checking up the forwards. Again, he's a big guy, big physical frame on him. Hasn't gotten the most playing time in the world with the first team, but we saw his passion in the first half after one of those corner kicks from Sunflower State came a little too close for his liking, and he was very vocal and demanding more out of his teammates.
And he knows how to use his body well and use that big frame when shielding players off.
Rabai there again. Getting out to Locker. Now Valverde. Valverde trying to get it to Coughlin. Wasn't a horribly placed effort.
Yeah, and the one difference between Coughlin and Madrano up top is Madrano kind of initiates that long ball as Coughlin kind of waits until the ball is played and then uses his speed. Just a little different forward thinking from up top.
Ball brought near side. Vance is on, a little behind. Locker again getting in there. Mejias. Mejias with a lot of space to drive forward. Has Medrano on side if he can get it there. Gonzalez playing it through and off the chest.
Yeah, Gonzalez just seems to be a little bit more clinical. Yeah, got 3 guys on that wing wide open, just waiting for the ball.
Well, out wide again, trying to get to the central runner. Najee Rabai has really been on his game here since taking that bit of a knock. Well, here's Mitch Coughlin. It looked like for a second that Ruxer was a little out of position.
And back to Rabai. He's cleaning up all the mistakes for his teammates, really covering well for him.
51st minute here in the second half. Ball outside. Sunflower State trying to generate some momentum here. Towards that near end line. Barry batted it down on the first attempt, was able to clean it up on the second.
Yeah, got a little lucky. A couple Sunflower players just waiting for that ball.
No damage done by Sunflower on that last advance. Takes a deflection off Rabai. Grant Pascas. Both coaching staffs hollering from their benches, not too thrilled with how it's been so far. Playing on and laying it off once more. Near side to Medrano. 4 forward here for City. Medrano with the slick carryover. Slipping it in through the back. Mejias! And that's too tall.
Yeah, might have slipped a little bit in the box. Leaned back too far, but that was a great run from Medrano. Really patient, holding on to the ball, waiting for his teammates to bring forward. Just unable to capitalize.
Slow advance, now a long ball over the top. Daniel Valverde, right to Drew Barry.
Heads up play call from Barry, just asking for the header backwards. And he's been really confident distributing the ball too. Something I was curious going into the game. We saw Fontana answer that question, that he can take over Slimmy's distribution, and Barry has shown up well so far.
Coughlin nearly split both members of the defense there to win back possession. Members of the 309, we can faintly hear giving Ruxer a little bit of a hard time on the size of his keeper kit tonight.
Just keeping him on his toes.
Whipping it outside for Medrano. Again, he's got a ton of foot speed and skill with the ball. Laying it through. Here's Coughlin, too far. Still with it, though.
What a ball from Medrano. Surprised nobody got on the end of that.
He was a mid-season acquisition to the first team side, and he has done some really nice things with the ball this season. Again, the first thing we noticed was his speed when he first came in as a sub for the first team, but with this expanded playing time, you can really see how technical he is.
I think you said it perfectly. Coming in his first game, you just thought, oh, another forward that's just big, speedy, hard to deal with, but he can really move on the ball and has a great IQ.
16, Shotaro Cabana.
Shotaro Cabana will come in for Sunflower State as they make their first sub of the second half. Sunflower pretty content here, trying to draw him forward. Ball to the near side. We'd like to remind fans about DiscoverPeoria.com and Discover Peoria, Illinois. An unexpected gem on the Illinois River. Describe thriving, with Craft Distillers Museums, outdoor recreation, and home to premier sporting events. Visit discoverpeoria.com for more information. Got my ad reads crossed up there a little bit there, Thomas.
And back to the game, I think that last play sums Sunflower State's game perfectly. Really dangerous when they're patient, moving the ball around, but give it up instantly.
Uh-oh. Not to cut you off, Thomas, as Coughlin nearly runs onto another.
He continues to cause trouble, but they're dangerous when they're patient, moving the ball, and then they give it up right away when they force that long ball to Barry. And that just sums up how this game's gone for them so far.
56th minute here in the second half. We'd like to thank Pip Marketing Signs and Prints for being the official designer and manufacturer of the banners you see here at Shea Stadium. Head to pip.com for all your custom print, banners, and printing needs. A Grant Locker 8th minute goal and a Mitch Coughlin 41st minute goal. The 2 goals on the board so far tonight. And Medrano showing a little bit of a defensive prowess to send that one out of play. Trying to get back inside the penalty area. Well done from Sunflower. Put back inside, pushed away by Barry.
And that save's a lot harder than it looks. You think, oh, I just kicked it right at him. There was a lot of bodies in front of him. The quick reflexes, great save from Barry.
I don't know what exactly happened along that back line there, but essentially 2 moves and through.
Yeah, a lot of, I want to say lack of effort, but just a lot of stabbing at the ball and at the feet, not really sitting down and defending and containing.
Chance here for Sunflower running out of real estate, and this will belong as a Barry goal kick. And he's got to be happy with his first half and change here in his debut game for Peoria City. He's got 4 saves on the board and a clean sheet going.
And he's done a great job, both as a goalie behind the net, also as a connector between that back line, both on the ball and using his voice.
Going far side towards Mejias. Mejias. You can tell he just kind of wants to find some space sometimes and just go with it.
Yeah, I think after that last goal he had, he's just been begging for that same amount of space.
Ball won by Sunflower, trying to get forward and laid through nicely. And rocketed off of Najee Rabai, and this will be a Sunflower State corner.
Yeah, and initially he wanted to go down and make the tackle. Good heads-up play as he saw. They gave up the penalty early on for going down in the box. Instead, kept himself on the feet and made the deflection.
Garofalo playing it short, playing through. Again, kind of liking this near side in the second half. Shot chopped around. Second effort put on, blocked away again by Barry. Still free, and he jumps on top of it.
His reflexes are impressive. The quick reflexes to get a hand in there and make the save.
Barry looking for a quick go with it. Nobody really having the space he liked. And this will go out for a Sunflower State throw-in. And ball pushed outside. Oh, fancy move now. Sunflower really getting forward with some aggression. Shot rolled back towards the middle, and it was easy for Barry.
Yeah, now Sunflower, I mean, they're dangerous on the wing with a lot of speed they've shown throughout this game.
It appears we may see a member of the first team check in tonight.
Yeah, kind of surprised looking down that he was getting ready to get on the touchline to sub in. Tommy Coughlin.
So one of the first team members getting a bit of a perhaps warm-up half before venturing into the postseason.
Which I can understand from Coach Pay. Obviously, you don't like the last result from last Saturday. You've been really working them in practice. You just want to see him play and get ready for the postseason.
Yes, and Pascas.
You don't want to take too long of a break in between real game reps.
That may
knock you out of rhythm.
Yeah, that may lead us to believe we may see yet another member of the first team sneak in. And a nice through ball from Mejias to Coughlin. Back to Mejias. Mejias laying it forward. Gonzalez, he has it taken away.
That was impressive defending without fouling, just stab the ball away. Good recover from Joel.
Mejias again. Here's Mitch not Coughlin. They'll serve it into Coughlin, though, and that one's just off the mark. Thought for a second we had Mitch out wide. Instead, ends up with a chance on goal.
And I don't think he was expecting that ball to get through there. Thought the defender had the deflection. So saw it last second.
Into the match comes Tommy Coughlin, member of the first team. He will essentially quarterback this team the rest of the way.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a great pairing for Pascas, kind of to learn off of how to control that midfield. And Medrano gets a much-deserved rest for the rest of the game. He's put in a good shift up front.
Drew Berry with it as we get into the 62nd minute here in Peoria. Peoria City is powered by the House Barbell Club, the official presenting sponsor of the club, located at 7920 North Summer Street in Peoria. Get 24/7 access, group training, and more at the House. A lot of speed down that near side and into the side netting.
That was a tough play for Berry, who played that down the middle of the field. Not a lot of air on it. Allowed Sunflower to take the easy transition down that wing, where they have so much success on down that right wing with the speed.
Yeah, a lot of chances for Sunflower, like you were saying, down that right-hand side. And it's kind of been of lately. They tried it down the near side here in the first half, but Mudded has really gotten on his horse here now twice. Gonzalez trying to get there for City. And it'll be out of play, and Daniel Valverde will have it. Coughlin gives it right back, and it'll be another City throw-in.
Fans last call for concessions and merch. The concession stand and the merchandise stand will close in the 70th minute.
Throwing it into the void of space, trying to get it towards Gonzalez, and inadvertently gets it there. Now swung outside. Played back across, and nearly there for City again. It looked like McIntyre took a good swing at it.
And that was a great ball from McIntyre on the wing. Not a lot of guys in the box at the time. That was a well-delivered ball, though.
Oh, playing it short. Here's Coughlin, whipping it back inside. Still free. And controlled by Sunflower. You see Coughlin kind of sheepishly grinning after just keeping that one in.
And he's got a lot of energy. I think that he works so well in Coach Pay's offense of a lot of fluidity and movement through that midfield. He was able to make a lot of runs inside that box.
Sunflower substitution 7, Kadir Abdulamir.
Abdulamir checking in for Sunflower State, so they're making another second half substitution. Well, you'd have to say Peoria City's probably happy with the result they have so far tonight, but if they don't get anything more out of the second half, you maybe think of something on the table. As now Tommy Coughlin is at the top of the formation.
And that's what we talked about in Coach Pay's formation and lineup. You're not stuck to one position. He allows you to move and roam where you see fit.
Chance for Sunflower, and blocked away by Rabai. It'll be a Sunflower State corner. Alvarez with that last run forward. Number 12 in white for Sunflower State.
And these are dangerous set pieces at the time of the game. Sunflower, if they're able to connect on one, it's a one-goal game with a lot of time left still to go.
Well, we've jokingly said the most dangerous lead is 2-0. Play towards that back post. Giving him a little bit of space here. Pushed outside. Ayote back through the middle. Controlled by Locker. Oh, Nice passing here out of the back for City. Rapai just has to slam his foot into it, though, to clear it away.
And the heads-up play from the center back of just clearing it and moving the lines forward. Getting out of a dangerous situation.
Again outside. City laying back just a touch, trying to go that way. Barry in the middle and collides with Najee Rabai, and hopefully both are okay. That was not a soft collision.
Yeah, that was a tough collision between Barry and Rabai.
Those are two strong men going down after a tough collision.
And there's a situation where both guys might have to just come out.
There's a non-zero chance that Fontana might have to be the goaltender the rest of the way here for City.
Obviously, you hope all is well. It's a dangerous collision, just trying to clear the ball out of your own box.
And it appears Fontana has taken off the substitute's penny, and he may be coming in for Barry.
Yeah, more so just for cautionary reason. Might just want to take him out just to be safe.
Najee Rabai is now up and walking under his own power, but Drew Barry still very much a little dazed and will ascend to his feet. But again, it might be a situation where Fontana and company might get the nod sooner than later.
Yeah, it's going to be, and it looks like he's ready to go. Not sure if they're going to allow that, but he's shaking his head to the trainer.
It appears Najee Rabai's day will for sure be done.
Yeah, that's twice now.
Having to come off for that head-neck injury.
Yeah, twice now for Rabai on a dangerous tackle. Just to be safe, has really shown enough to Coach Bay into himself that he belongs on the team and in his situation.
Perhaps his night isn't quite done. He is being walked back towards his bench, which is nice to see under his own power. Now jogging just a touch, but it's just kind of, as you said, a precautionary thing. Maybe he does get the sub off here. And for Drew Barry, he's working on such a good game and effort here tonight. A clean sheet with 4 saves and a PK save that you'd hate to see him have to have the incomplete card essentially on this one.
Yeah, whenever a guy gets the opportunity and has really delivered in the opportunity, you hate to see him go down with any sort of injury. And it looks like they're going to send in Rabai.
Looks like Najee might get there. Now Coughlin and a header ball from the keeper. I don't know the last time I've seen that.
Not sure another time you might see it again. What a play.
And it appears Najee Rabai is okay, which is solid to see. Again, he has put in a very good shift, and he has been waved on. So Rabai is good to go, and Peoria City back to full strength after playing with 10 men.
And obviously, hopefully for his case, that's the last of the collision he's taken, but not sure if that's going to be the case.
Peoria City would like to thank Prairie Home Alliance for sponsoring the Peoria City Play Packs all city long. Get your play pack on the stadium concourse before matches. Peoria City Soccer is excited to bring back our River City Brews initiative, a network of local bars and restaurants to support our club while offering them exclusive perks all season long. Don't forget, fans, the official postgame party is at Ducks on Farmington Road. And a foul against Locker of Peoria City. It appears Peoria City will be seeing this one at least to the finish line as of now. About 20 minutes left to work with if you're Sunflower. And yeah, Thomas, all in all, you'd have to be impressed with what you've seen out of the academy players and some of the reserve guys.
And they've really delivered. I mean, we've talked a lot about Rabai, Barry, but Locker, a guy whoever we haven't mentioned his name and given a lot of credit to, has really made a lot of plays happen in a lot of dangerous situations on the offensive side for Carp.
A lot of space here for Gonzalez and company. He'll put it outside for Locker, trying to get it ahead to Coughlin. And Gonzalez wins it back yet again. And Pascus will reset everything to Rabai. Almost like your warm-up passing drill here. And some words.
A little friendly fire there on the wing.
Some words from Oyoro as he made that play on Daniel Valverde. Perhaps a bit of frustration with the way their night has gone. And again, we talked about how great of a first season that this was for Sunflower State, but there was maybe a little bit left on the table in their eyes, as after they knocked out both Des Moines and Peoria City, they were sitting almost in the driver's seat of the Great Plains at one point this season.
And that's what happens with a young team. You know, you lack experience, you lack the ability to close out games and competition. And you can even see it tonight. They've got a lot of great opportunities to get a couple on the board, just haven't been able to connect.
He just wins it back and tried to slip it forward to Coughlin. And Pascus goes down in a heap. That'll be a foul. Valverde may want to go wide. He has Joel McIntyre pretty much on an island.
And he's just sitting there on the touchline waiting for it. That's what makes this offense so dangerous. When you spread the team out, you have a lot of creativity and movement in the middle with the extra space.
Onside, leaving it back for McIntyre. Feeds it forward for Coughlin. Pressure here from City. Not a lot of room to work. Ball is taken back deep inside enemy territory. Played ahead. Coughlin. And a foul.
Yeah, Coughlin, I don't think he recognized that they were in the press in the corner and won the ball. Was caught off guard a little bit.
Oh, and it takes a redirect off the shoulder of Gonzalez. '72nd minute here in the second half. As Peoria City again leads 2-0 over Sunflower State. Again, Minneapolis with the results against Sueño tonight. And so that affects the playoff picture just a touch. Again, Peoria City likely to go to Des Moines as a postseason site with their division champion Des Moines hosting. Last year, Peoria City got the honors to host, and Des Moines was visiting team out here. Both those teams won their first round matches. Play stood up and still moving forward. Laid off short, and Grant Pascus is there. And he just punts it forward.
Yeah, great clearance. Ball a little too around your box for a little too long. Just clear it up and restart the play.
Ball near side. Oyoro. Oyoro moving forward. Nice bit of skill with the ball. 74th minute. Appears Sunflower might be a little more willing to kind of drive into some traffic.
Yeah, I think they've gained the confidence that they can move the ball around this defense. Have taken a lot more opportunities here lately.
Well, there's a nice little exchange of passing there, and it generates a very dangerous free kick for Sunflower State, one to perhaps get them back into this match.
Yeah, and similar to what we said in the first half, just a lot of silly fouls on your own half line. No need there with a lot of cover behind your back. Instead of fouling, you just got to stand your ground and contain.
Oyoro and company will be over the ball, trying to get Sunflower back into the match. Forcellini will also be on the ball here for Sunflower. Having a go at it and sailing it into the Pines.
Yeah, wasted opportunity. A dangerous set piece that is for Sunflower. Just wasn't able to get over to the ball.
And those are sometimes some of the more challenging ones, Thomas. That close, you know you're probably going to be going for goal. And with that wall of Peoria City's size in front of you, it doesn't leave you a ton of space to kind of place it home.
Yeah, and the wall is so backed up. It's almost kind of like another goalie, an extra space inside the box.
Weirdest one we had in the history of Peoria City off one of those set pieces was we had an indirect free kick goal last year, which for some of the soccer aficionados out there will know how kind of uncommon that is, and it was about 2 feet right in front of the opposing team's goal, as we'll have a second booking tonight against Sunflower State.
Yeah, back to that indirect. You're not going to see many of those throughout a game.
Well, now perhaps Peoria City tries to break out their bag of tricks on this set piece of their own. It'll be Locker and Valverde. And might be enticing to play this wide to Valverde for perhaps a cross into the box.
Yeah, they might have the opportunity, obviously cheating out a little bit.
Oh, and they leak it through wide open through the middle. Looked like McIntyre may have timed a heck of a run.
Joel was on an island by himself. Just wasn't able to look up fast enough.
Now Grant Pascas having to win things back, but a tactical foul given. And you've got to be careful here if you're Peoria City. You don't want any of the players who might see time in the postseason to accumulate too many yellows or perhaps.
And Coughlin just picked up that yellow, who's obviously a key contributor.
But you get the play there, same as Sunflower put on Peoria City in that earlier charge forward, getting that tactical yellow. And
yeah, it's more important to stop the play, to reset things, and obviously with your guy down, and give him a little break as well.
So it'll be another Sunflower State free kick. Again, they've had some dangerous chances. Alvarez has been the popular target. Going Alvarez's way, nothing doing. Ball controlled by Gonzalez for just a moment. Locker trying to match up here. And Barry, streamlined save as he claims his 6th save of the night.
Yeah, and Coach Pace screaming at Coughlin to go as that center forward looking for the outlet.
Well, in large part, to your credit, Tom, his job is to draw those bodies forward to allow the wings to kind of have some fun, but
it allows those wingers to kind of run off of him.
And this will belong with Sunflower State as Locker, who's put in a good 78 minutes now, has to be proud of his efforts tonight. Had the goal in the 8th minute and has really, as you said earlier, connected a lot of the key plays for Peoria City.
He's a guy to keep an eye on in this postseason run if City gets in a situation where they need a goal. Can be used as a winger and an outside back as well.
Wayoro, really sweet with it, feeding it outside and offsides for Sunflower.
Yeah, similar to City's offsides in the first half, just an unfortunate, isolated on that back post, probably had a chance at goal.
And Mejias dragged down, and that'll be an easy yellow as Ayonde.
Now the yellows are starting to pick up here as the intensity rises.
He is turned away for just a moment. Ball back for City. Running out of real estate.
Yeah, not a lot of movement to free themselves up to help Coughlin. Kind of just left him in no man's land.
Coughlin Lays it forward. Gonzalez is there. Might have just showed a bit too much with it. Still has it. Slipping it through for Mejias. And he's offsides. Oh, so close for City.
That was a great second effort from Gonzalez. Lost the ball to bring it and recover. Able to make that opportunity.
Might be back with it. Daniel Valverde. There was 3 or 4 members of the Carp that were thinking they had a really good chance to put one on. Mejias got not robbed, but connected with one of his teammates inadvertently on one of his attempts earlier tonight that went to Mitch Coughlin. 81st minute.
And City was lucky Valverde was able to take that ball back. We got 4 Carp guys in that box just watching and looking at the ref about that offsides call.
Floated ahead. Najee Rabai there. Going back post towards Alvarez. And there opens the scoring for Sunflower State. And all of a sudden it's 10 minutes to go and it's 1 goal.
Again, when you play around with your opportunities, you don't put the game away. You leave it open for this. 10 minutes left in a 1-goal game. And that's where the goal is going to come from. Getting it out wide, hoping Rabai comes out to guard you on the wing, isolate him out and play the ball in.
We're going to have a keeper change coming for Sunflower State.
Interesting change in the last 9 minutes for your keeper.
We don't have a 99 on our available roster tonight on the USL 2 site Modular 11, so we will wait for the in-arena PA to enlighten us. One of the quirky things about USL 2, a lot of roster turnover, a lot of roster number changes.
Yeah, a lot of guessing games going on each night, obviously.
Oh, and Peoria City turns it away. Again, it's Alvarez. City in danger of maybe conceding a second here. Ball out wide again, playing it backside. And that's one sent away. So City now in protect mode here with about 9 minutes and change to go.
Looks like Coach Pay's going to go to his 2 high schoolers on the roster here tonight.
Mejias.
Schuler out of Peoria Notre Dame and Believe out of Community.
Think those two ever swap any, hey, we play each other quite a bit stories?
You know, they were passing it around at halftime and before the game, just warming up a little bit. I'm sure had a lot of conversations about the upcoming senior season for the both of them.
Ball again out wide, but in the here and now, City really trying to cling on to this 1-goal lead after they just surrendered their first of the night to Alvarez. This shot blocked away. Still there. Here's Coughlin. Out to Valverde. Laying it ahead, and I don't think that Locker was anticipating it getting on him that quick.
Yeah, I'm not sure he was expecting that ball.
Sunflower goal scored by number 12, Sue Alvarez, who scored, assisted by 16, Shotaro Kodama.
Valverde puts it sky high. The Birds need to watch out. It's taken away by Mejias. It's the 2 Bradley men up front. Flipping it outside for Locker. Locker will do it. Going back towards Mejias. Heading it towards Coughlin. Laid back out for Mejias. Grant Pascus blocked away. Late short, now Daniel Valverde. City just trying to find an opening. Now here's Mejias unchecked. Mejias drives forward, playing it back towards Coughlin. Locker never struck it right.
Yeah, and you could see the lack of chemistry between Coughlin and Locker on that initial ball. Both guys kind of running for it and staring at each other. Just a little chemistry issues as expected.
Could that have been perhaps one of those too many choices scenarios for the Carp?
Oh, definitely. You got two guys wide open on the wing, kind of start staring at each other. You know, you take it, I take it. Kind of those scenarios just creates a lot of confusion.
So there'll be a lot of hometown applause for this next move, as we alluded to. The two high school products being waved on for Peoria City. Peoria Notre Dame and Normal Community represented in that last switch. As it appears that Gonzalez and McIntyre's days are done.
I think it just shows how much trust and respect the two high schoolers have gained from Coach Pay over this summer. It's a one-goal game in the closing minutes. Pretty impressive stuff to be subbed on.
Sunflower perhaps looking for that second, and Barry heads up. He's able to get it off the high hop.
Yeah, and Schuler comes up big, got the deflection, made it a little easier on Barry to make the save.
And Barry, rightfully so, will take about as much time as he needs. Mejias laying it off for Coughlin. Back to Coughlin. Oh, nice touch and go. The advance here, nice from the high school product. Outside to Believe. Going back inside, Coughlin! Yes, it's in! That's 2 on the night for the nearby Washington Kid.
And it starts with the two high schoolers making things happen in the run of play as the connecting pieces to find a wide open Coughlin.
And look at that along that far side. You think those young kids don't know where he's from? Mitch Coughlin letting them know. As the Washington, Illinois product, and Bradley Brave has his second of the night. "3-1" rolls on City, and that one should all but do it.
And it started with the quick decision-making of Schuler combining with Coughlin, and Coughlin taking it up the field, pairing it with Believe in that middle, and getting it out wide to find a wide-open Coughlin. Again, it's the decisive decision-making and the quick movements that makes this offense so dangerous.
Peoria City goal scored by number 19, Mitch Coughlin. Assisted by number 7, Grant Locker.
All right, well, now it's the ever-tough decision for man of the match, Thomas. Do you go with the man with 1 goal and assist or the man with the brace?
I know it's tough. I think we got to give it to Locker, honestly. He's been so huge as the connecting piece on that wing, has created a lot of dangerous opportunities. And maybe not man of the match, but a lot of credit given to Drew Barry as well. As the score stands, that PK kept the win in the result type.
Oh, and City might have another chance here as Coughlin putting him in the spin cycle. Avita. And Barry rocketing that one towards Coughlin. Keeps it on the ground. And Believe Avita gets called for the foul. Oh, and City dispossessed, but a foul was the reasoning as we get into the 89th minute. Not a lot left here in the regular season finale, and for all we know, what could be the last match of the 2025 season here at home for Peoria City.
Yeah, and it is. If it is, they definitely took care of business and gave a great showing to all the great fans that have showed up. I mean, it's packed. We've mentioned this during the game. It's packed just about every single night, and they really take care of business, winning just about every single game on their home field.
Playing it forward, trying to go out for Locker. Schuler. Force feeding it outside to Coughlin. Played back inside, and Coughlin struck it well.
What a strike, trying to hit the upper 90 in the corner.
And for those wondering at home, there are technically two Coughlins out there, Tommy Coughlin and Mitch Coughlin, spelled differently.
I think that's the best thing, that they're spelled differently.
Mitch Coughlin there, winning possession back. Chipping it ahead, Believa Vida. You can kind of tell maybe some of the city players trying to hunt out an opportunity for one of these high school kids. Grant Pascas.
Which would be a great moment for them both. Two guys obviously going to be a huge piece in the coming years for the Peoria City.
Vida. Back through. Here's Tommy Coughlin. Coughlin carries it, slipping it through for Mitch. And that one fed through the back for a goal kick.
Now, if Mitch would have got the hat trick, we might have
flipped it back.
Changed the player of the game. You can't deny a hat trick, his player of the game.
Hasn't been many of them in the history of Peoria City. AJ Mayock had one for the women's side earlier this year. Last year in the playoffs, Luke Persenico had one in the national semifinal. It appears that some of the youngsters may have gotten a little carried away with the ball needed to resume play along that far side. And Coughlin tried to get out in front of that one. So with not a ton of time left, we'll see how aggressively City plays this one forward. I'm sure if the opportunity presents itself, they won't turn it away, but Tommy going down, and there is a foul. So perhaps a set piece coming.
Yeah, and the way how Coach Pay has coached this whole summer, he's not going to give up the opportunity.
It'll be 5 minutes, and perhaps a little bit of bad blood brewing out there, as the official needing to step in and letting cooler heads prevail. Here's Coughlin will be over the ball with Locker.
Maybe a Coughlin to Coughlin connection on this back post.
Mitch has definitely got the height to get it from Tommy. That's how we're going to have to refer it to him. The Coughlin to Coughlin seems to be a popular route. So 5 minutes would be the extra time added on to this point. We have not resumed yet, and it appears there's another booking out there. This one might be to Najee Rabai. And so maybe that cooler heads had not quite prevailed. Coughlin. Good strike, and it's just over goal.
What a strike and what opportunity. Just missed it by an inch.
One back by City. Tommy pushing the issue. Now back to Mejias. You can tell City not pushing a ton forward here as Mejias has it taken away.
Yeah, maybe not the best spot to play around with it in the middle of the field.
Here comes Alvarez. He'll switch the play. Again, swung outside. Working against Schuler. And ball just punted forward again with time waning thin for Sunflower State. Again down the near side. Declan Schuler with the defensive effort. Gets it at his feet, and again, just playing it forward.
Yeah, not the worst idea. Obviously, in and around your box, it's dangerous to play around with.
There's Locker, might get a chance to get back on this one. It will belong to Sunflower State. Ball whipped that way, and Najee Rabai is there. And Mejias, I don't think there was any doubt about that one. That was a foul always against Sunflower.
Yeah, I'm sure City's going to take their time.
Trying to go quick. And
Never mind.
You could tell Daniel Valverde saw how far back everybody was laid and was really thinking about perhaps joining the scoring party tonight.
Had the right idea. Anytime you see yourself wide open on the wing, you might as well go quick.
Trying to hunt out Mejias. It'll be a second ball controlled by City. Mejias going by. A lot of speed from Mejias. And Mejias is fouled, and this should be perhaps a yellow. And nothing coming from our far side official. That's now the second time Mejias has gone down with a bit of authority.
Yeah, it looks like the official is just going to give a warning to kind of calm things down. Obviously, Coach Pay and City side not happy with it.
And that is the full-time whistle. Peoria City closes out the 2025 regular season on a high note. 3-1 over Sunflower State FC as they get the get back against the Sunflowers.
Yeah, and a lot of great moments for a lot of these young guys. Rabai, Barry, Coughlin, Locker. A lot of good moments for these guys and the great opportunity to build momentum going forward into the postseason.
Absolutely to be the case, Thomas. And again, we can't thank all of you at home for watching and tuning in throughout this 2025 campaign. If this is perhaps the last chance we get to see you until next season, thank you for tuning in. And for everybody at our Clutch Sports Media production, we can't wait to see you guys again. Again, the final score in the regular season finale, Peoria City 3, Sunflower State 1, as we will get ready for the postseason.